Hey TV fans, welcome to Tori Talks TV. On this episode, I'll be discussing Evil Season 2, Episode 1, which is called N is for Night Terrors. This show is finally back and it's better than ever. I have been impatiently waiting for a year and a half for this show to come back, and they did not disappoint. It is now on Paramount Plus, and I cannot wait to talk about it. So let's just get right into it. So let me just review a short recap of season 1. We leave off where the serial killer Orson LaRue, all his charges were dropped. He's released out into the world. He's a free man, but he's still threatening Kristen and her daughters. So she takes matters into her own hands and she bludgeons him to death. Okay, that was already a huge twist, huge shocker, because she's the person who's usually investigating the accused murderers, and now she herself is a murderer. So then she's there in the bathroom, for some reason pulls out a crucifix, it burns her hand. I mean, it would only burn her hand if she's possessed, right? So that's the question we leave season 1 with. Is Kristen now herself possessed? Okay, then we pick up here to this new season and this new episode. So she's back in the bathroom and there's the crucifix, and then she later has the crucifix tested to see what it's made of. Ben, of course, does it, and then we find out it's cobalt, and that conducts heat. So it could have just been that somebody had just used her curling iron. So it got hot, and if it's hot, it's going to burn you. So, of course, we still have the paranormal explanation and then just the obvious explanation, which I love about this show. Okay, and then Kristen goes to see her doctor, Dr. Boggs, and this is one of my favorite scenes of this episode. She goes there and she has to basically make sure, like, hey, we're cool, right? We still have the patient-doctor confidentiality. Like, you can't say anything. You can't tell anybody what I say, right? You can't go to the police. He's like, yeah, Kristen, it's fine. Not expecting that she's going to say, so yeah, I just murdered somebody. And the actor that plays Dr. Boggs was so good at trying to be like, okay, like he's shocked about the situation, but he's still trying to help her through it, knowing very well that she's not really stable, because, oh my gosh, she is almost bragging about it, or she's proud of it. She has this smirk on her face like, yeah, I did it, and I have no remorse about it because, you know, he was threatening my children. So that was an excellent sequence of scenes. And then my favorite trio, Kristen, David, and Ben, are back to do an exorcism. So the Bishop Marks, he says that the cardinal, he has this new parishioner, he gives money, but he wants an exorcism. So of course, as Kristen accuses, well, there's money in this, so that's why you want us to do this, right? So they go, they check out the guy who wants the exorcism. Guess who it is, everybody? It's Leland, who's more evil than before, which really makes that character most charismatic. I hate to say it, but yeah, he wants an exorcism. He swears that back in the day, he sold his soul to the devil. Okay, whatever. You can't trust anything he says. We're all very aware that he's just a big fat liar. So they have to do their whole, like, you know, back and forth of like, I have the upper hand, and he thinks that he's like really getting one past them. But then there's Kristen with like, no, I've investigated you. I know your whole background. And I've even talked to your ex-wives, which, by the way, one of them ends up in a coma by the end of the episode. So Leland, you know, up to his old tricks. Then they have to go investigate his house, which he wasn't expecting. He tries to leave some little traps, which was really funny. I will say this episode was funnier than probably any episode of last season, which helps because the whole time I'm just kind of afraid, like, what's going to pop out? What are we going to see? You never know. You're kind of on edge. So that just kind of kept things light. Ben is now having night terrors. He's got a demon. We don't know her name. It's a female. Of course, we know Kristen last season had George, the demon, who's really funny, but scary. And yeah, Ben's demon apparently likes nipple play. Okay, sure. Again, this is a very funny episode. And then now Kristen's daughter, the one that was conceived with the help of this fertility clinic where they think they're corrupting eggs, she's growing these teeth that look like vampire teeth. So got to get them removed, right? Yeah, that seems totally normal. Kristen takes her to the dentist to get them removed. Well, while the girl's under anesthesia, the dentist is in her mouth, and she bites her finger just basically off. It's kind of hanging there. So then we have this whole thing where Kristen's daughter could totally be evil, like she possibly is. And so, you know, just a lot of these storylines, I'm really still interested. I'm still fascinated in. I can't wait to see more about that fertility clinic. You know, David is 2 months away from his priesthood. Leland's still trying to corrupt him. And he knows there's sexual tension between him and Kristen. What's going to happen with that? Where's Kristen's husband? Is he coming back anytime soon? I don't know. All right, side note, because I'm a huge fan of the show Lost. And of course, the actor that plays Leland, Michael Emerson, was in Lost. I think there was a little nugget there for the Lost fans because Kristen was talking about somebody in his past, and she says that his name was Faraday, the last name of Faraday. So if you know, you know, Lost fans. Coincidence? I think not. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say about this show. Please tell me you're watching this show because I have nobody else to talk to about it. I think it's just too scary for people. So this is where I'm asking you please to comment below and tell me what you think of the show. And then while you're there, please like and subscribe. And then I'll see you next time when I review Evil Season 2, Episode 2. I'm so excited. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.